Yeah.
Fun,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Okay, we should be live. Should be rolling.
Okay. Do it live.
Just double check the audio real quick.
And I had no idea this was your first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I like.
interesting.
I feel like I've just been putting it off. Like I should have seen it before. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I've seen most of like Tarantino's movies anyway. Like
Right.
except for I also haven't seen Jackie Brown, but
Me
That's the big
either.
one. A lot of
the
people
rest
haven't
of them I
seen
feel
yet.
like I've seen like all of them. I think I don't know. Yeah, let me look through the list.
Next week, man. It's this has been multiple years coming for Jackie Brown. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like made a mental effort to not watch it for the last
I remember
10
you talking in
years.
college about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like wanted some little nuggets of Tarantino still that I didn't want to like binge
But
them
you got a
all.
couple more, right? Because you haven't seen Death Proof either, have you?
Yeah, I got Death Proof, and then after that, I have to wait till number 10.
If you want, you should watch Death Proof and then watch Planet Terror.
I think I'll probably do the double feature. Yeah, how it
Planet
was
Terror
meant
is
to be.
fucking sweet. Yeah.
Are they?
It's fun
Is
that
it like
way.
sequel, same storyline or something?
It's just a grindhouse double feature.
Hmm.
Robert
Gotcha.
Rodriguez and Tarantino. They did a shindig, so
Yeah,
That's fun.
I'll watch them together.
Yeah, I have not seen that either. Grindhouse Death Proof. It's kind of interesting. Like on the Wikipedia page, my best friend's birthday is like the first
film?
like thing that he's credited. Yeah, the first film. Like that
Yes,
it says that he
technically.
directed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Did you watch it, Alex? Have you checked it out?
I have not yet. I've been trying to hone down on the one that Reservoir Dogs ripped off, but I also watched the old Django.
Oh.
Um,
Hmm.
besides, yeah, I'll talk about that when we watch Django. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, so
Nice. Yeah, I'll get to those
I've been doing a
eventually
little
too.
bit of Tarantino homework. I'm gonna see what other Sergio Leone films kind of inspired him and go from there.
Mm. Yeah.
But I mean, shit, even Tombstone, I feel like has some veins of that run into some of Tarantino's Westerner movies, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, should we just
I
run
feel like there was
into
like something in particular, but I didn't write it down. I don't know. We'll see if I remember. I guess because
Maybe it's
I
the
definitely had
Hateful
that
Eight.
thought when I was watching Tombstone.
Yeah. Hateful
Definitely.
Eight, Kurt Russell, like some of that vibe.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
credits at the end gave me kind of a Tarantino vibe, just the style of the credits. But
Yeah.
should we just get into Tombstone, warm up,
Yeah,
then
let's
get into
do it.
Yeah.
Tarantino?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this movie chest, I think it's like 54, somewhere in the mid 50 range. But getting around to Tombstone, I mean, every movie chest is like iconic. I feel like, or at least
Yeah.
most. Some of them are just kind of randy, like last week's. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
guess
What
I'll
was
get
Yeah,
last
I
week's?
could have gone
What did we
without
talk
last
about
week.
last week?
the Ides
Oh,
of
the Ides of
March.
March.
We just
Yeah.
got to get
Yeah.
those curious ones out of the way too, every once in a while.
Yeah, this one I think has a more cultural importance, I think, than I mean it's a classic Western, but it's got like every actor, well, I guess every like stereotypical male actor
It's like
known to
90s
man in it.
royalty
Yeah, yeah.
actors
Yeah.
in that movie, dude. It's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like a little bit of background is in '93 that this came out. And I don't know if you guys looked into it a little bit. It's directed by George Cosmatos, but he was
Yeah.
actually brought in as the second director because the writer Kevin Jar, he was originally directing this movie, and then he was like fired because he was like behind schedule, couldn't handle the pressure. Brought in old Georgie boy, who has directed like some, I think like maybe a Rambo movie or something. But
Yeah, Rambo First Blood Part 2, I believe.
okay, yeah. So kind of a
Yeah.
randy dude. He's probably just the guy that they could get, in my opinion. But basically, what I've seen is that he was kind of just like ghost directing for Kurt Russell this whole time in this movie. So basically,
Oh, okay.
Kurt was like the guy who was like behind the scenes calling the shots in this movie. I don't know how much of that's true, but a lot of
For
what
some
I can
reason, I
see
could
it.
see it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the whole Kevin Costner Waterworld situation, you know? I don't know. Those big once a big actor comes
Star
in, they just
comes
kind of
in.
want it to be like, yeah, their gig.
Yeah.
So
Is
I could see
Waterworld in the movie chest?
No, we've all seen that one, right?
it. No, I've never seen it.
I
What?
mean,
No?
yeah,
Uh,
I've seen it. But like,
Yeah.
it can be, man. If you want to add some
throw
more
it in
ones,
there.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you can add them.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that one. I've heard a lot about the production hell, so in
Yeah,
the same vein here. But
yeah. So it definitely seemed like a clusterfuck behind the scenes for this movie a little bit. But I don't know. I guess what did you guys think about it? Who had seen it before? Because this was my first time.
I had seen it before.
Okay.
Okay.
this is my mom watches. She loves these westerns. I always bring up my mom, so but she watches this a lot. But it's also my mom's husband's favorite movie, so now it's on even more at the house whenever I visit. So
Yeah.
this past
Hell
couple
yeah.
times I went up north, it's been on. So yeah, but yeah, no. I mean,
Honestly,
in
that's
terms
cool.
of
I feel like I could watch it anytime too. I don't know.
yeah,
I feel like I
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
just throw it on. Like,
it's just a kitchen movie, and you just like when Doc Holliday comes on, you're like, all right, now I gotta zone in. And then
yeah,
when Doc
right.
Holliday's gone, you're like, all right, I'll come
Man,
back
Doc
later.
Holliday is a badass. Like,
He's
Yeah,
so
dude.
good. But in terms of westerns, though, I mean, you're kind of there for like the chaotic, not really like I don't know if there's I mean, there's obviously a story somewhere in there, but it's just mainly just chaotic violence every once in a while, quick one-liners, dudes with mustaches, and you're happy, I guess, because it's a western. So, I mean, it's good. It's a good movie. It's enjoyable. Is it like I don't know a masterpiece or anything or something to write home about? Nah, it's a kitchen
yeah.
movie, like we mentioned. You just turn it on in the background every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
But
know, I don't know how, but like, maybe I've only like watched this like in segments before. I had definitely seen the whole thing, but I don't think I ever picked up for some reason that Kurt Russell was married. Just because like there's immediately like a forced love interest of another woman, like
Yeah.
within like 20 minutes of the movie, but like you just introduce his wife and like
Did I miss
I don't know. I
something?
guess it's
Like,
not,
is his wife ever like written out of the movie, or is she just never
apparently
talked
she
about again?
died. Like
She
yeah,
died?
at the end, it says
died.
she dies. Like that's
Yeah.
why. And dude, I mean, she's just some
She had an
junkie
opium
drug
overdose.
addict. I mean,
Yeah.
like fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like I don't know.
She died off
Yeah.
screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I
She
missed that
did,
a little
yeah.
bit. It was, I mean, this is my first time, and it had been built up a little bit too much, I'd say, because I thought this movie kind of sucked a little bit.
Damn, you
Uh,
didn't
It
like
was
it?
hammy, dude. It was hammy
Yeah.
for sure.
I didn't. I
Yeah.
don't know. I was expecting something more, I guess, prestige or something prestigious, because it was.
That's the
It was
problem.
more
You
schlocky
went
Yeah.
in with yeah,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
no.
than I thought.
I
Which, I mean, maybe that's just an expectation thing, but overall, I just didn't find the movie to be that entertaining either. I don't know.
Yeah, I had very
Really?
high highs and very low
Huh.
lows. Yeah, because
Not
like I'm surprised by that because I had moments like you were saying, Alex. There was like some of the one-liners like that Kurt was throwing out, and like
Or, like,
Kurt and
When he's
Val
fucking like
Kilmer's
in the woods and
fucking
he's just like no, and he just fucking walks through the water like.
yeah.
And then you got Doc Holliday after that, and he's like, "Yeah, you got fucking Wyatt over here, like walking on water, like he's fucking Jesus."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there was like a level of self-awareness in the film that I did kind of appreciate, especially like with the main four, Paxton and all them. Yeah, I don't know. I had a fun time. It's just like I wasn't at a certain point. I kind of was like the storyline, that kind of thing. I was like, all right, this is whatever. Like they, we're kind of drug along. Like they don't want to do the whole sheriff thing, but eventually they're just kind of like, nah, fuck it. Like we'll stand our ground. Like
Let's
we'll
have some
fucking claim
shootouts.
our yeah.
Mhm.
Like we'll
Yeah.
just go with it. So I was
I
kind of
haven't had a shootout in a while.
Yeah,
Let's put on a badge and make it
Fucking-
legal.
bust out the old peacemaker. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
No, I get that, though.
The
I mean-
cheesiness didn't really add up to like self-awareness to me. It kind of just felt like hamminess. But yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
person I didn't enjoy as much as I normally do was Kurt Russell, just because he was hamming it to like he was on
Extreme
Oh
levels.
like
yeah.
Mach
On
10
11.
getting the ham.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When he's out in the rain, like after
my
he
God,
loses his
yes.
brother,
I know.
I was just
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's just so extreme and so dramatic. I don't know. Like I read that the original guy wanted this to be more like epic and sprawling and like 3 hours long or whatever. And Kurt Russell
Well,
to me wanted to make a more like entertaining movie, like fucking yeah, not like I got all the stars lined up. Like
I'm like curious if like where like I don't know. I feel like generally when you have like a director that's replaced or like a writer that's replaced, you can kind of like see the disconnect in the movie or like plot or like the storyline. And I wonder if that's like for this like when they left Tombstone. I guess I don't know because I'm his like one of his brothers died. Fucking Paxton.
yeah,
yeah,
Bill
Bill
And
Paxton.
then like the other dude, gets his fucking arm shot off or whatever, and then like they just leave Tombstone, and it's kind of like not really the same feel of the movie
No,
anymore,
no,
So
yeah.
like I wonder if that's like the disconnect. Like
I don't know. I know he did film some stuff, so I'm not sure what all is each other's work, but
I mean,
mean,
if the original Wyatt Earp wanted like a sprawling epic, I mean, didn't Wyatt Earp come out the same year with Kevin Costner?
I think so, yeah, or like the
Yeah,
year
Oh
after or
shit.
yeah.
something. Like
I
it's
mean,
pretty. I'm curious to see
that
that
one's
one.
3 hours and like 20 minutes, I think.
Have
That
you
one's
seen that
long
one?
as fuck. Yes,
Is
it's
it
long
good?
as hell. Boring, I
Yeah,
thought, but
yeah. I mean,
because
honestly, I
maybe
just
it
don't
just
know
didn't
this.
stimulate my young brain because it wasn't Tombstone, where it's just, at the end of the movie, they're just shooting everything off
Revenge
horses.
flick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I get that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was just thinking like the story isn't very compelling. I mean, and it's like I haven't watched like all the classic westerns or anything like that, but even this one was kind of like I've seen better westerns even like than this
Mhm.
one. I don't know.
In terms of westerns, yeah, I can agree with that. This is definitely lower tier western, but
I mean,
I
like
don't know.
I
it's
heard it was
kind
like
of
tops
you can
though. That's
almost
what.
take it like in a meta way where like because they show up to the town without a plan to do anything. So I mean, like I feel
Yeah.
like that is kind of maybe what happened with the script or like the
So
plot of the movie. Like,
they got it.
hey,
No,
we'll
yeah.
just go with it. Like,
Yeah.
That's what
I
I
don't
mean.
know.
I was
Like,
like, it felt like there was a lot of just like improv, like mid production in this movie,
Yeah.
which was
Really.
like I think developed in the story.
Yeah.
And eventually I was kind of just like, yeah, all right, I'm in on this. Like,
You
yeah,
see,
it ended up being a good time.
it kind of strikes the same vein as The Dark Knight, where everyone's like, Heath Ledger's performance is so good that means the movie's great. See, with me, The Dark Knight's the worst of the three, in my opinion. Heath Ledger's great in it, but the story is I couldn't even tell you. It's so boring and just unenjoyable.
it is very
Um,
long and drawn
so I
out.
think that Val Kilmer is the like pull towards Tombstone being a great western, just because his performance is like
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone knows Doc Holliday. I'm your Huckleberry. Say when.
To be quite
Um,
honest, like the character that he's playing is cooler than the actual performance that I saw on screen. Like the lore of Doc Holliday is like greater than this movie. And Wyatt Earp, like I think it's like
it
that
is.
lore is what makes this movie cool. Because even the performance, Bill Paxton, I was like, fuck yeah, Bill Paxton, and he doesn't do shit in the whole movie.
Yeah.
And
He
it's like,
doesn't.
Yeah,
He was
That's
gets
not.
killed off like
yeah, it's like what do we?
Yeah.
pretty quick.
I mean, Kurt obviously, but and Val Kilmer definitely the best part, but even him, I was just like, it's decent, it's good, it's good stuff. But it made me sad that we're not going to see like Kilmer in his later years here. Given
Yeah, no,
some
it's pretty
fun
Yeah.
tragic.
performances, but yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I
also
don't know.
liked.
I was.
I just liked
But
how he was constantly sweaty the whole movie too. Like, it's just like a
yeah.
element
You
of
know,
his
you know how
character.
that
He was
TV.
going through it like the whole
Dude
Yeah,
is
time. Like,
half dead the whole
yeah,
movie.
he's
yeah,
barely
Like,
up and at it.
honestly, like besides having like really bad fucking tuberculosis, like I mean, he even didn't sleep for like 36 hours, and he's boozing up all the fucking time. I mean,
Post
like,
game.
what kind of shape are you expecting to be in? Like,
yeah. Yeah, I love it. Right after the doctor like sees him, his wife just starts handing him a cigarette. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
right.
don't worry, Doc Holliday can go all right, like many rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was comparing this movie to Top Secret, like mostly Val Kilmer, because Val Kilmer is like the lead in that, and that movie is like completely satirical of like
Yeah.
Western war action films and stuff like that. There's a whole scene in that movie that takes a whole fight scene that takes place underwater, and it's fucking amazing because like this guy's like he's fighting Val Kilmer underwater, and then like a bar appears underwater, and he starts like picking up. There's like chairs and tables that appear underwater as props. They start like breaking chairs. Like it's the slowest, goofiest fucking
Nice.
fight
to watch
scene,
that
and I was
one.
like, yeah, that's a good watch.
Well, I mean,
And this
that's
one like
funny that you
had
say
tones
that.
in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I just watched Three Amigos recently for the first time, and I was getting like straight up Three Amigos energy, like, especially in the opening. It's like really slow. Like the editing was like taking so long just to like get the fucking goons into the town and like killing people. I was just
Mhm.
like, is this funny? Like, I don't know. It was yeah, so it's similar vein of like a weirdly comedic energy there. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely toes that line. This movie. Yeah. Which I don't know. I enjoyed. Kind of like happy with it. Kind of
Yeah, I think we
along
can
with.
all agree. Definitely not the best movie, but
No,
I
yeah.
enjoyed
One of
it.
the
I don't know.
better.
I
That's the thing
enjoyed
is like
it.
I was like when I was trying to give this one the rating, I was like, oh, I could give it 4 stars because I would rewatch it, and I probably wouldn't rewatch it for like the best reasons. Obviously, like you said, Alex, kind of like a kitchen movie. You throw it on, you get some funny lines, some fucking gunfights, and
It's so chaotic where you don't have to be tuned in. You can just pop in at any time. You're like, oh, here's a shootout, or like, oh, they're starting with the Cowboys. Kurt Russell's getting his badge. Now it's getting started.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
You know,
That's-
Yeah.
even at the very beginning, when they're like, the Cowboys like shoot up that church.
Yeah,
The priest said that like death will appear on a pale horse and hell will follow or whatever. And like I know that's like from Revelations, but like it's supposed to be Wyatt Earp. And even later in the movie, they say like like somebody says like hell's following him or some shit. But like his horse is brown.
Come on,
Just-
guys.
Why wouldn't you give him a fucking pale horse? I don't know. Like I know it's like nitpicking, you're like stupid, but like fucking just give him a pale horse. Like I don't know.
that's fair.
That
That's
got
a fair
lost.
criticism. Yeah,
Yeah.
The
and I
director
think
right before
Kurt
he
Russell's the
left.
one who says he's bringing hell with him. By the way,
Who
so I
is?
think Kurt Russell exclaimed it when he was
He
shouting
said
at
it
the
about
Oh,
himself.
I'm bringing
Cowboys.
hell with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember who said that, but like, yeah, I knew they said it later in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
The
Yeah,
pale horse himself,
when he's just
or the
fucking
pale rider, or whatever the fuck.
yeah,
I don't.
when he's when he's like bullying that dude, when he like first get into town, he just like bullies that guy out of the table. Fucking hilarious. Just like
Billy Bob
smacking
Slaps
the
the
shit.
I
shit out.
know. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fat Billy Bob,
Yeah,
like
there's so many side
young
guys.
Billy Bob.
Yeah, Billy Zane.
yeah. Crazy.
A lot of
Fucking
youngins.
Michael Rooker, like young Michael Rooker
Yeah.
showing up. Yeah, it was fun. You're gonna draw. You're gonna stand there and bleed. It's
I
good.
did write that line down. That was a fun line.
Yeah, yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'll give it
I
3
don't know. I
stars.
got to say about it. I was gonna give it 3. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I'll probably rewatch it, but I know
Yeah.
it wasn't. I know it's not good. Like,
I waffle between 3.5 and 4. 4 just for the sheer fucking the ride, the fun.
It's fun. I have a 4 star
Yeah.
for it just because yeah, it's fun and I don't know, nostalgia. I guess I do it for my mom.
This
There
one's
you
for
go.
you, Mom.
Yeah,
For all the moms out there.
and kind of
I love you.
honestly, Kurt Russell. I'm a simp for Kurt Russell for some reason. So
Man, you guys got chops for sure. Went a little hard in the paint in this one, but you know, I'll forgive him. That mustache is majestic as fuck. All the mustaches are majestic as fuck.
Good
So
mustache.
I'll give him to that. Yeah.
Well,
bad.
yeah. I don't know. I expected a little more, but on to next week's.
oh
oh
shit.
yeah,
Yeah, should we put her? I gotta.
Yeah, I heard it. I already had it like written down in.
Me too.
Shit.
I
I was like ready to
Need a
fire
minute.
away.
yeah,
Are we-
I was
are
like
we-
worried I was gonna send it too early.
are we putting it in the Discord or
Should we
Oh, do
do
you
in
want to?
Discord
Throw it in one of these
or
channels.
in the text?
yeah? Hang on, let me write him down again. I got rid of him. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I feel like there were a lot of things I could have picked for this one,
Are we doing text?
Yeah.
or that I was interested in.
I got my text.
I got it pulled
ready.
up. Yeah, I got it pulled up,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Hang on.
Okay.
1 second.
Typing it in.
And I picked. I don't know. My picks are like all 3 kind of go different directions. So I'm
Oh,
curious.
same here. Same here.
Yeah. Okay.
This will be a fun.
I was like, yeah.
All right, I'm ready now.
Fire away.
Oh, I'm so
Fire.
alive.
Oh shit! All right.
See what we got here. Okay.
Wow.
All right. The
Oh,
only
shit.
trouble
Not
is
much crossover here.
The fuck?
the men who stare at goats is
Oh,
the only
That's
double.
the only.
The men who
Jesus.
stare. Oh my god.
Is
All
that
right.
it? Is that really all right?
That's
I
it.
mean,
Why you two got to do this to us? You did this
I've
for
never
Ides of
seen it.
March.
I don't even know what
Yeah,
it's
come on.
about, to be
me,
honest.
me
Like,
neither. Yeah, me
Should've
neither. I
picked
was,
George
Menace to
Clooney directed this
Society.
one too.
oh yeah, damn.
Didn't
We
George
don't.
Clooney direct it?
We don't have
Men
to
Who Stare
do
at
that.
Goats?
right. That's kind of yeah. I've had it after Ides of March. Like
Yeah.
you know, we don't need as much Clooney.
Oh, just
You guys
kidding.
aren't
It's
feeling it?
directed by Grant Heslov. We're fine.
Okay.
But it does have George Clooney in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down
uh,
for whatever, but if you guys want to revote it, I'm here too.
I am. Do you? Okay. Yeah. I was gonna pick the ones out of the other ones that I'm like vibing with that you guys picked. Definitely Speed, Matt. For yours, I'd be down with. Menace to Society and Animal Kingdom, I'd be down with Alex for either of yours.
Yeah, I could be down with any of those.
Maybe some Friday the 13th. I'd be down with any of them. Yeah, like
I don't think I've ever seen the original. That's why I put it on there.
I don't
So,
know if
like,
I have
don't
either
I don't know.
actually.
Either, honestly.
Yeah,
and I haven't seen Pretty Woman. That's why I put it on there.
Either.
same. Same, yeah.
I don't know if I even realized that was a pick. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, this was
Okay,
a
are we
good
trying to
group,
vote again
too,
then, or what? One vote each on the like
on like the ones
yeah.
we have a
Wait,
collectively.
Okay.
On which ones?
Everybody choose one of their picks, and now we all vote again. No, because then we're all just gonna choose our own picks.
If me and Joe just pick the Men Who Stare at Goats, shit. No.
We're never gonna be able to decide.
Yeah,
Men Who Stare at
usually there's like
Goats?
way more crossover.
Yeah, I think this is
Damn.
like the most divided this
Here.
yeah, has been, yeah.
Let me see here. We'll flip a coin here.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm kind of torn between two as well.
What do you guys want the heads and tails to be? Because I'm down for any of these, except honestly the Men Who Stare at Goats. But we can watch it. I mean,
Any
if you
other
really want
choice? I'd say
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we don't have to do it because it seems like
Yeah.
everybody's pretty much against it. So
I-
like, I'm
that
down
was
to
seen
like-
it
not
a
do
couple
it.
times.
Like,
And
Yeah.
I just don't really have much to say about it personally.
Gotcha.
but-
Okay.
Okay.
That was
because
more
I
my
had never seen it
throwaway
before.
pick
That's the
anyway.
only reason I put
For
it on my
sure.
list.
And
But
then
I
you
don't
got-
even know what it's
Same.
about.
I
So
figured
like,
it was goofy as fuck. I figured it was
Yeah.
dumb. Like so, I was like,
I
"Alright,
mean,
so-
I think it might be written by the Coens, honestly. But yeah, it's.
I think it is,
Mhm,
or
Oh.
they're producers or something.
mhm.
all right.
I mean, I'd be
But-
down for Speed, Menace to Society, Friday the 13th. I mean, I'd watch
Alright.
Smokey and
Okay.
the Bandit. I just feel like we probably won't vote for that one, but
Yeah, that's the second time I've chosen it just out of fucking will.
I
Just
see.
like I want to.
So you want
One
to
of these
Speed
times.
and then Menace to Society?
I'm kind of cool with. Yeah, I'm cool with either of those.
All right.
Definitely.
So
that sounds good.
we'll put Speed at heads and Menace at tails. So one of you two call heads or tails.
Call it up.
Joe, you got it.
Oh, heads.
Always call it.
Okay, it's heads.
So speed.
So speed.
Cool. I've never
Keanu?
seen Speed. Yeah.
Me either.
Wow. I've seen this like kind of a. Wait, you guys haven't seen this?
I have not
Ah.
seen Speed.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, to be honest, it's not great, but
Yeah.
I have seen it a lot, and like it's kind of funny because like I'm pretty sure it came out in like I don't know the late '80s or early '90s or some shit, and we will get into it later. But like the guy's only trying to get like $3 million or something like that, and it's just like
Low
wild because like
stakes.
today, like I don't know, getting like $3 million, it's like yeah, fuck it, just give it to him. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
Got a bus full of fucking.
yeah,
just
like
kidnapped
Yeah.
60 people on a bus. Let's just give them money.
Let's see. Again, let me. So Speed came out in
We'll say-
94. So let's see what
Okay.
3 million.
like equivalently.
Yeah, let's
Inflation.
see.
10 mil now.
Adjusting for inflation, it is. No way. Hang on a minute.
It's
$1
actually it's like $1
billion
million now.
Something
Yeah.
ridiculous,
I
like-
thought it was like it like lowered. It was like nah. That's in this economy. Fuck.
Oh, wait, hang on. I think I put one too many zeros. Let's go 3. Okay. It is approximately, yeah, I mean, it's about 7 million.
All right, a little over double. Yeah.
I'm just curious how this elaborate scheme to keep the bus going. I gotta see. I gotta see from my own eyes how it works. So.
There's a new movie out that came out with Liam Neeson this year, actually, just like the beginning of this month, where he has to keep the car going or else he blows up.
Huh.
Liam, fucking scraping the bottom of the
He's
barrel, man.
cashing those checks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sad. We can
After,
talk later
after
about
Taken.
Liam because I just watched a big movie with him.
I feel like he's like the sad Nick Cage now. Like his movies, like I don't find watching his movies like funny. I just think it's like funny that he keeps putting them out. But like Nicolas Cage, like I watch his movies for the funniness, you know? I mean, I know most of them are probably going to be bad. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
guess
think
it's
he
like
does too. Yeah, and it's
the opposite.
we're in on it.
yeah.
It
You
makes
watch
it a little-
Liam
makes
Neeson
it
Oh, I
movies
mean, yeah,
for a
like-
level of sternness and seriousness that he's always gonna give you, and never go outside that.
He's got like 2
It
good
might
ones
crack
at
a
least, you
smile.
know?
Yeah, like Taken One,
And
Schindler's
The
List.
Gray.
I like the gray.
Schindler's
Gray's
Oh,
not
List.
bad.
I do like
Yeah.
the gray.
Gray's,
It's all right.
Gray's
It's
decent.
intense. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
shall we?
Yeah.
Shall we do it?
Move on to the meat.
The biggie. The big kahuna. The royale of
Yeah.
cheese, if you will.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah,
'Cause of
getting
the
into
metrics.
arguably Tarantino's most popular or most acclaimed movie, I'd say. Definitely the one that put him
Yep.
on the scene. If Reservoir Dogs didn't do that enough, but yeah, Pulp Fiction, '94. Yeah, Alex, what's your base level enjoyment of this movie at this moment?
At this moment, well, this month alone, I've seen it 3 times. So, I mean, I'm still riding at a solid 10 of just, I vibrate when I watch it. So, you know, it's a
Wow.
good time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Overcome
no,
with
I love this movie. If I was an insane person, which I know I might be, I would say my top 10 movies, 9 of them are Tarantino's movies, just because. But since I want to be like, you know, that guy who's like, oh, I'm not going to pick the same director and writer for all my favorite movies, so I split it up, you know, like a normal person.
Mhm.
just to be fair to other filmmakers.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. But yeah, no, I love Pulp Fiction. I mean, every time I watch it, I get like more appreciation out of certain aspects of it, and it just, I don't know, every watch is a new experience in its own way. And I don't know. I don't think it'll ever get old for me. So
Is there anything I don't know in these last 3 watch throughs that you pulled out a little bit more appreciation
well,
for?
there's this doing some reading on Letterbox. I came across some guy's review. I don't know if you guys read people's reviews on Letterbox,
Do
but
sometimes.
there's
I
a
still
really
haven't
long
gotten
one.
around to getting one.
You should,
You'll
man.
break
Yeah, I
soon.
It'll change your life.
I fucking should.
But he wrote something that's really interesting. His other takes on most movies are bad. This person who wrote this review, but his take on Tarantino, I thought it was pretty interesting. So I took that away from my latest watch through, but before that, it was just, I don't know. It's just more of like, it's like when I rewatch Breaking Bad, I pick a character and I kind of just hang with that character and see what I can get from their storyline. So like my last watch through of Breaking Bad, I was like trying to sympathize and empathize with Skylar's character the most and see where she's coming from. So like the second to last time I watched this, I was with Butch, you know, and seeing what his side of things. Because I don't know, for some reason, I know Butch's character is like the biggest, but it was just such a smart thing for Tarantino to put Baby Butch, Christopher Walken. He comes in, talks this elaborate story about this watch, and it just then it flips to Butch's story, and you're like, why did I just spend 8 minutes with Christopher Walken talking to Baby Butch? But it pays off because that's how important the watch is. This long story of how meaningful this thing was to Butch's
I had this watch in my
family.
ass for 11
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
But it's like this. It just seems
The
so
old prison
silly,
curse.
but it's so perfect in terms of like setting the tone and setting up the next domino to fall. I don't know. It was great. I loved that aspect of it. Great writing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I feel that because like I said, I kind of like I don't know why like his storyline like just completely was lost in my head the first watch through, and now
That's crazy.
it's not it's yeah it's definitely I don't know why, but it was definitely like the most other than probably Travolta and Samuel. It's like the most encapsulating like storyline and
Yeah.
character in the movie. Um, yeah, and I loved like the way I mean the story structure of this movie is like amazing. Obviously, I feel like it inspires so much more after it and like open people's eyes to like what you can do like jumping around storylines and kind of like uh writing characters and writing story in that way. Um, so I don't know. It's like conversation like near the end of the diner with Travolta and Samuel and how Samuel is his character's Jules is like talking about retiring and getting out of the game, and then we kind of like and Travolta's character the whole time is like deep in the game. I feel like he's kind of like committed to it. So like when he gets blown away by Bruce Willis' character, I don't know that like resonated to me because I was like, oh, Jules like he's seen enough. He's like he had that divine
Saw the
intervention
sign.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
all the
He
sign
got
like
out.
that's so many like levels that and things that line up in this movie beautifully because of the structure and how well it's written. That
Hmm.
yeah, I could sing this. I could sing praises for days after
It's
this for watching it again.
it also like just the little character moments that are in it too. Like Mia and Vincent. My favorite movie scene is the diner scene where they dance. Like just that whole
So good.
dancing moment because like they start this awkward conversation and then they dance, which is a super vulnerable thing, and then after that it's just kind of butter, and
Yeah.
so they get back to the house and he's like, is that what you call an awkward silence? She's like, I don't know what that is, because there's this kind of obvious romance in the air. I don't It's great. It's great character
And the whole
moments,
time
great
he's trying not
stories.
to
Yeah.
go too
You're gonna
far
go
with her, or
home,
else he's
jerk off,
gonna.
and that's all you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
do.
Yeah, I love that he is so focused on playing it smart and to not die through all that story, and then
Right.
what you see later happens like the next day or 2 days later is like he just gets fucking owned in the
Yeah, yeah.
bathroom. Like, yeah, it's very it's a very like different ending for a character, I'd say.
Yeah. At that point, I don't know, because I haven't seen this before. I was kind of just like, what the fuck? Like,
Right? Yeah, you're like when am I? I mean, I remember watching this the first
Yeah.
time and like having to like put a lot of like things together in your head,
Yeah.
after the fact. But I will say like the watch throughs after the fact really do help you kind of like piece the little strings together in nice ways.
I think that's
This is
why
definitely
I had
rewarding on rewatch.
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I definitely like that's why I had resonated so much more on this one just because I was like so much easier. There's less confusion. I could track everything, like just based on where Jules and fucking Travolta's character. Oh, Vega, like just like where their clothes after they shoot Marvin and they're in the fucking like basketball shorts and shit. It's just like everything tracks after the first watch through, and it's
Hmm.
yeah, it's a fun
I mean,
experience.
maybe I do have to watch it again. I mean, I'll admit I liked it. And yeah, I mean the structure is great. Or I mean it's good. Um, to be honest, I was a little underwhelmed. I mean, from looking it up, I guess like in seeing why this movie was like as popular as it was, it seems like it's because of the structure.
Mm.
And maybe it's because I've seen other movies with like I don't know weird timeline structures. And I mean it was good. I'm not saying it was bad. I guess I just I don't know. I think it comes back to that thing where it's like just because you're the first person to do something doesn't make you the best at it. I'm not saying this isn't the best, but like I don't know. I feel like that's a I don't know the general rule of thumb.
I
Mm.
think
Yeah, be a
people,
factor.
I think that experience is probably what a lot of people have with this movie, which is because I wrote down the note, is the structure what makes this thing truly explosive and new and fresh? And I'd say a vast majority of percentage of why this is considered revolutionary is that. I'd say the entertainment factor is what really packs the punch at the end of the day. But I think like even I went into when I was a young man, when I was like Pulp Fiction, I gotta watch that movie. I was like, what? It's like, why
A
is that?
youngster.
Yeah, but it's like you do have the question of like that was it, like I don't know. At least I did. In the coming years, I've come back to it and realized the magic of it. Um, but I get what you mean totally. That like I don't know. There's, and to me, moments of this movie dip into like good, not great, and
Mm.
it's really only like a 20-minute section of the movie for me, strangely. So like, because
Is
the
it Butch
opening.
and Fabby for you?
No,
Or
I actually really liked that storyline. When the first
okay,
time I watched it, I didn't care for that storyline at all because there was
okay,
obviously
that's usually the weak
poppier
link.
stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But and the more I come to it, I like that storyline a lot more. It's strangely, it's the I love the opening. The opening is fucking fantastic. I mean,
it's electric.
it's great. And then the line at the end of that scene is fucking something to behold, I'd say. Yeah, but anyways, after that, it immediately goes into the Royale with cheese conversation, and that's I
Mm.
immediately feel the movie dip. Like
Really?
Oh,
every
okay.
single time I felt it just like, and it's just because I don't like care about. I don't know. Their conversation goes to like six different. It goes to like TV pilots and like
It's when they're walking
Um,
up to the first person's apartment, right?
yeah, it's too
See,
I
long and
also had
it's
a
too
question
boring and
about
it's
that like sequence. Because like that's one of the shots where it's like through the doorway and they like walk up the stairs, walk past the door that they're going to go in, and then walk through the doorway and have a conversation, and then they walk back through the doorway to go into the apartment. And I just wondered
yeah, to like
why that was necessary.
finish their
I
conversation.
didn't know.
I guess
Maybe I
mm,
get.
um,
That's the only
I
thing
didn't think
I
about
could
yeah.
get
yeah,
out of it.
just
But
like
like,
not right
I
outside the
kind of,
door.
I just thought it was kind of weird. I didn't know if it was just for the doorway shot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, good. That's definitely a factor. I would say for sure. I don't.
see,
Interesting.
That
Interesting.
scene,
Because
like the yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
uh, go ahead. I was just weirdly like that's what like drew me into Vega and Jules's characters because like oh these guys are just kind of like this is the shit like they shoot the shit about they're hitmen talking about fucking a royale like how a foot rub means something but doesn't
right.
like
For sure.
so yeah it just like grounded them for me so yeah
It,
no,
it
I
does that
agree.
for sure.
And it like
mhm,
sets up the Mia, obviously that storyline with Vincent and him, and the whole idea of how he's got to tiptoe, and the last guy who took Mia out or touched her feet got thrown out of a 4-story window. But
Mhm.
anyway,
yeah
They do
so I
plant
don't know. I just
seeds. Yeah.
yeah, but I just feel like yeah, like what Noah said. It's just kind of like brings you into the characters and kind of you're just hanging out with them. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
bro
I
moment where
guess.
you're just kind of
yeah
like talking, shooting the shit.
Mhm. I guess that
you
scene
could
is as
literally talk about whatever and
right.
yeah for me it was interesting
And
in
that's
that
what
way
Tarantino dialogue is special for, is that he's gonna talk how normal people talk in quotes, or like talk about
Mhm.
stuff that people
Yeah,
actually talk about, which is that's cool. Um, it's that scene coupled with the next few though, that whole 20-minute chunk where it's like the tyranny of man. It's like it's a great speech, and like I'm not trying to say it's bad. It just doesn't like lead me to like entertainment in the way that some others do, I guess. Like because even going into the next scene when they go to the bar and it's just the speech to Bruce Willis. I like that speech a lot more this watch through. Even though Ving Rhames' audio is very weird in this, I noticed this time. Only on the
that's
speech.
pride fucking with you.
Yeah, I love that. I love
yeah
that line.
yeah it's good
But that it just doesn't. It's. I wish it was more. I don't know. Something about these like scenes don't give me enough. And then once Vincent Vega goes to buy the heroin, the movie immediately like sets a tone and pace that never lets up after that. But it's just like that. I don't know, that chunk for me just never really works as well as I want.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Mm. yeah
I don't know. Yeah, it was that way on the first watch through, and it's been that way. It's definitely improved, and I see why people love some of those moments because the divine intervention moment is one of the most fun bits of writing that I would hope to put into some of my stuff where I can like call to like events that are like ethereal that the
Yeah,
characters will interpret
yeah
and that's just a fun writer attempt to like give I mean what's the Jules yeah give Jules like a path literally
yeah.
so there's moments in these scenes that I really love but it's just like the overall chunk of it I don't know.
Hmm,
gotcha okay yeah
that's
yeah
interesting.
Yeah. um I don't know I guess
that I was just gonna like move in the direction of like the Mia stuff. Fuck, man, and with like, I haven't seen Kill Bill, but and
Oh, yeah.
maybe the first watch through of this, like, she didn't stick out to me as much, but this one for sure too. she's awesome. Like her and like Travolta, their whole thing, especially like the OD scene later, like
Yeah.
that shit's like it's scary, and then it kind of like gets comedic and goofy when they're trying to figure out the adrenaline shot and everything.
So I gotta
Uh,
stab her 3 times.
yeah.
Yeah, I did really enjoy that.
I noticed this time too that there's the board games Operation and Life stacked off to the side
Oh,
in one of the
shit.
shots.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
That's just a fun little bit. I thought also Eric
Yeah.
Stoltz, the guy who plays Lance, he's fucking great in the movie.
he's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought the
Black
tone
Medical
of that
Book.
scene. Yeah, like I forget. He's like,
The day I bring an OD and bitch to your house, that's when I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Give it a
that's
shot.
it. Yeah, yeah, I love
Uh,
that.
Like when he's also dragging me out of the car and and Vincent's talking to him like, "Hey, man," and then the guy's like, "You got to get out of here," and he just drops me on the ground. He's like, "Listen," and it's just, I don't know, it's so good.
Yeah.
I love Uma Thurman. I think she's like, I don't know what happened, why she didn't pop off, but even in Kill Bill, she's like, the bride is one of the best female action characters. I think, everyone's like, oh, Sigourney Weaver, or who's that other one?
Man, like, yeah, I feel like there's no comparison. I mean, to
Terminator,
like,
bitch.
I don't know, like
Ripley.
Alien.
No, that's
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
That's
Like,
Alien.
I feel
I
like
think
there's
like
no
Charlize
comparison
Theron,
between
maybe.
the bride and like a fucking Ripley. I don't know.
I see.
The
I
bride
think
is
she's a
such
badass, but like,
yeah, the bride's got
Yeah.
a lot of shit going on, I'd say.
I don't know.
She's such a more compelling story. We'll get there when we get there, but
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I love Uma Thurman. I love her in this. I wish she was in more. Is what I'm getting at there, but yeah.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that would be interesting to
Yeah.
find out. Like, what happened to her career? I don't know. Does she still do stuff? Did she do anything after Kill
think-
Bill? Like, I don't even know. Like,
I mean, she's in the
She's
house
here
that
and there.
Jack built for like 5 minutes, and she's also in like Necromania or Necrophiliac or something, and Necrophiliac 2 and shit like that. But
Some
Yeah.
dark ass shit. No.
yeah, but but yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I mean, also in that vein, I thought John Travolta, he kills it in this role. Obviously,
I definitely
Yeah.
thought so too. I don't know. I mean, like you were saying earlier, Alex, you were talking about the scene where they like have their little awkward conversation and then they get up to dance. I'm just like, yeah. I mean, this is like perfect for John Travolta. Like, I don't know, the weird fucking dance shit,
Goofy,
either from
yeah.
like Grease or Saturday Night Fever. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like,
Oh, yeah,
he was perfect
sure.
for this. I feel like, like
and he's
Definitely.
doing some weird like eye twitchy stuff in his performance. Like he really like goes all in for like the heroin like
Definitely.
performance in a way that's like, wow, that seems like it's true. Like
has this guy done heroin before?
right, he
Jesus.
gets like really
Yeah.
slurry and like
Yeah.
loose in that character. It's pretty fun to watch.
Speaking of heroin, I don't know. Did you guys get all the Breaking Bad callbacks to this? Like the inspiration that Vince planted in the Breaking Bad
No.
with, I mean, obviously the heroin when he's doing it with Jane, that whole get up,
Mhm.
and then when Jesse's trying to break in the Fly episode, and he's going through all the stuff, and he picks up like a bat, puts it down, picks up a crowbar, puts it down, picks up a.
Oh,
Jesse
I've
does
never
that,
seen it.
and
Yeah.
then there's
Ah.
one more I'm trying to think of.
Cool.
I had it, but oh well. Oh, the clothes thing where they in the first season, like the first episode, and they're in the pools and they're washing each other down, all the blood, and then they end up wearing these goofy ass outfits.
Mm,
It's just
yeah.
I see.
little stuff that Pulp Fiction has gave to the world.
The reverberations throughout
Yeah.
culture. Tarantino, yeah, it's like well known. That's his thing. Hollywood
Yeah.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lives and breathes it.
I was wondering in this movie too, because this movie is actually co-written by someone else too. His name is Roger Avery. But they had like disputes about who was going to be credited as like the sole writer, and Tarantino won out eventually to say he was the sole writer. But this movie does feel like it has like a slightly different voice than a lot of Tarantino's other works for me.
I've kind of felt that
Yeah.
too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I wonder like
mean,
who is who kind of in this movie, in the writing of it a little bit too. Yeah, you can definitely feel Tarantino in it heavily, but like it's like I'm curious what the push and pull was.
Yeah.
Even in some of the cinematography, I feel like was like not typically what you would expect. Like there was some shot, especially like I think mostly I noticed in Butch's storyline, like some of the shots. Well, I mean throughout, but like when he's getting chased by Ving Rhames and like I don't know, the one shot specifically I'm thinking of is like when he's behind the corner and you see like down the alley kind of. I don't know, that shot stood out to me. I was like, this is cool. I don't, yeah, it seemed different. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious. Some
I definitely feel like what you're saying with the writing, it's just a little bit more toned down, I'd think, than his other ones in terms of, I guess, the silliness. I don't know if that's the right word, but
maybe.
it's
I
it's
kind
more,
of agree though, because
yeah,
like there's like weird like I don't know in like later movies of his. I don't know. He's got like for instance in Kill Bill, there's like weird fucking zoom ins with like music and shit like that.
fuck
Like
yeah,
that's
Or
like
like
the
punches.
Tarantino esque shit that like wasn't in this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like the
yeah,
dialogue all seems like it's him, but like there's that like weird quirk factor that like I feel like wasn't there. You know?
Mm.
Yeah.
definitely.
There's some moments in this movie with like editing like fades that just go right to the next moment and like little jokes with like them putting on their clothes and stuff, and it's like I wouldn't say it's like conventionally good like filmmaking, but it like works. And like the square that she draws on the screen,
Oh
Fuck
that
yeah,
yeah.
just is like so, I mean, it's fine, and but it's a rectangle.
yeah.
But
Well, aren't rectangles squares?
I don't
Technically,
think
right? If we're
so.
getting into
I
geometry,
think a square is a
squares are
rectangle.
rectangles.
Oh,
Uh,
is it the other way
Rectangle.
around?
Yeah.
but
Square.
anyways,
Yeah.
yeah,
Same diff.
these
Same
moments,
diff.
I don't know, they're definitely like Tarantino, like kind of chiseling his like own style, I'd say a little bit more and early.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, and the structure definitely like lends itself to that for sure. Like the dissolves and the
Hmm.
some of that experimentation, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe at some point over the course of this director's dive, I'll rewatch it and see if I have any. Because it's not like I didn't like it. I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I guess I just, I don't know. It just didn't live up to my expectations, if that makes sense. You know
That'll
what I mean?
happen.
That's fair.
That will
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. I think that's
It's
totally
it's
fair.
definitely, like I said, the rewatchability. Because the first time I watched it this month, I made my mom watch it because she's always ragged on it and said that it's a shitty movie essentially, and that it's unbearable. So I told her, "Hey, we're watching it," and so I sat her down, strapped her, so she couldn't move, and we watched it, and she actually liked it more this time rather than her original. So,
Mhm.
like, she actually
Okay.
said it wasn't bad. So, and
Okay.
she's only said that about like one other Tarantino movie. No, it's only one other Tarantino movie. So,
Well,
Which one?
yeah, Django.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
interesting
Man, that.
pick.
All right.
Yeah, that one's just too funny and too enjoyable to not be like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You
It's the
know.
perfect movie.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So good. Yeah.
Um, I made a note in this one. As much as I love the Butch storyline, and I think his chick forgetting his watch is might be like the most like relatable or human moment in the whole film.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Like it's like
Out of all the fucking things I told her not to forget, she forgets my watch.
yeah, I specifically
Yeah.
said the words "Don't forget my watch." Like don't forget my father's watch. Like, um, the potbelly dialogue is a moment where I was just like, "What the fuck?" Is like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Tarantino
that
being a
was kind of
freak.
weird.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I get being like cutesy relatable when nobody's around or whatever, just being weird, but like shit, man, that's a little too weird for
All
me.
the
Yeah.
all the like baby the names like what's that
So
lemon
many
pie or
cute
sugar
names.
pop or yeah
Yeah,
whatever
Honey
right.
bunny,
honey
Honey
bunny
lemon
Bunny.
yeah
pie.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have
yeah
like heard like Tarantino as like a foot thing, and like there was like the foot stuff in like
That's
you were
so
talking
funny.
about earlier. Maybe he's got like a
yeah
pot belly thing too. I don't know. Like,
He's a
man
weird
I don't
just
dude.
fucking know.
He's a weird
just got
guy.
yeah sex drive through the roof.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh shit.
Also the
So Matt,
music
did you
too.
did this watch through bring your enjoyment up or
You know, I think it's still at where it's at. That's 4.5 stars for me. You know, it's supremely entertaining, I'd say. Yeah, I don't know if I'd find it to be like his best work still, but I find it to
Tough
be.
yeah
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's hard with Tarantino's movies because it's like I've loved that movie. You come out of it feeling so entertained, and you can't really find like what is wrong with it. But like,
yeah?
I just don't find. I don't know. I guess I'm just like missing something in his work a little bit, somewhat. But I
okay.
don't know because I respect him for what he's doing. It's not like I think he should be doing something else either. So
How did you
That's fair.
guys feel about like his scenes, Tarantino scenes, when they get to like his house and they're figuring out the Marvin situation?
See, I don't get the whole he's bad at acting thing because I think that's just the character just being over dramatic and being what he is. So I mean, I don't have a problem with
Mhm.
it. It's,
I
I
actually
mean,
like him in the role, in
yeah,
that
it's not
role.
Yeah.
bad.
I
I
think
thought it
it.
was fine. I don't
I
know.
didn't mind
Yeah,
it.
I
Yeah,
didn't see anything wrong with it. I don't know.
I
yeah.
think it might have
Do
helped
people
his
shit on
case.
like his acting? Like, is that a normal thing? Like,
I think it like
That's the
throws
main gripe
people.
I've seen with people
Yeah,
like neckbeards on Reddit. When they're like,
gotcha.
I
John
think it
or what's
somewhat
his
takes you out of the
Tarantino's.
movie a little
I
bit.
guess, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But like, I
yeah,
Um,
mean, if you didn't know if it was like, if you didn't know it was him, then I mean, like, yeah. But like,
maybe.
for people who do know it's him, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
I could see it taking
Mhm.
you out of the movie. Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
also feel like it would have helped his case, for him, the next questioning of his 20 years of his life, of like what type of man he is. It would have helped him if
yeah,
he just didn't cast himself in this role specifically, just
yeah,
because he wrote the
definitely.
words for himself to say. To me, there's like a level of like, why? I don't know. But
Yeah.
it also, like, with that character, why is he so inherently racist? When his wife is like black, it shows in like the dream sequence of her coming home. She's like an African American nurse. So like,
yeah.
why is
I
this
did wonder
guy?
that a little bit too.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a disconnect with the character for me, a little like in what he's doing, but
Yeah,
he's fun. He's a fun character.
yeah. I guess you could chalk it up to him being just overwhelmed and angry, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Like you said,
Yeah,
it is weird that his wife is a black lady.
yeah. It's
he's
just
throwing
Classic Bonnie.
the hard R
Huh.
out.
you're
Yeah,
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
Jimmy me Jules, all right?
Also, the wolf, great character that comes
Yeah.
in like
Ugh,
towards the end of the movie, and just kind of like reinvigorates what little is left in the movie to like be something special too.
yeah.
Yeah, has that effect on Jules and Vega
Yeah,
at near the end.
Jules
It's like
is.
respect. You see,
Yeah, you
it's
just love to
respect.
see him
Like,
work. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's fun. And I
yeah. I
mean,
get
What?
that.
yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's fun that Tarantino also in his writing, he leaves like little trails of breadcrumbs in his writing to his like past work or to other characters. Like Vincent Vega is straight up whatever the Vega brother is in Reservoir Dogs. That's
Yeah.
in canon his brother in the universe. That's cool. I mean, but also like the wolf could be the Reservoir Dogs character for Harvey Keitel. It's like if
Yeah,
he just switched the name almost, and it's like the same character a little bit. And like he does that for the Hateful Eight. That character was started as Django, and he just kind of
Yeah.
like brought the character a different direction. And it's like you can still feel the roots of like other
Same
Tarantino
with Kill
characters
Bill. She's buried in Schultz's grave,
mm,
and you got Schultz from
from
um
Django, right?
yes,
Oh,
Django. I
Yeah,
forget that. Yeah.
he definitely has huge lore pulls for characters a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, but
It's great.
it's cool. Like, and he's calling Joe too, the wolf,
Yeah.
and Joe's, and it's like it could almost be the same time that Reservoir Dogs is happening, almost like.
Yeah. Definitely.
that's pretty cool. I feel like that might like come off cheap, probably with like any other director,
Mm,
but not smart.
It's
Definitely smart.
a fun universe, and I don't know. And like how his writing is, it's just like a bunch of hangout movies, or can be. I guess some of them you don't really want to hang out, but this one, I don't know about Hateful Eight, but like what's the other one? Once Upon a Time. Just kind of a universe you want to hang out in and just have a good time,
yeah.
chill.
Yeah, transport you a little bit.
Did you mention Tim Roth at all?
No.
I mean, he's definitely a different character
Oh yeah.
than in
Yeah,
Reservoir Dogs, I
100%.
guess I would
Yeah.
say.
I like him as like one of Tarantino's guys too. He brings
I
like
do too, yeah.
a certain
Yeah.
like lackadaisical kind of like approach to his. I don't know. He's fun to like. He gets into him.
Garcon, coffee. Garcon means boy. He
Yeah.
just smiles.
Yeah. But the soundtrack of this movie too, I think, is what like makes it super impactful. The opening, once the chick like screams out, "Nobody fucking move!" or "I'm gonna kill every last one of motherfucking one of you," and then it just goes right into Miserlou. It's like, it's like no, it's just such a solid opening in this movie, you know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and it just bookends it perfectly. I mean, that last scene with the two of them, Honey Bunny and Pumpkin, and like confronting. It's funny too because in the opening scene, I realized he's like, you could cut down on the hero count in a place like this, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then little as you know, the two heroes of the story are sitting like a few tables
Right.
away. You know, it's just
And
like a fun little.
did you see Vincent walking to the bathroom in the first scene?
I actually missed it, yeah, but
Oh no.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool too, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that's
kind
a
of
nice
ties it
touch.
all nicely together.
Yeah.
Can I read you guys this thing? And it's kind of I don't know if it's a riddle, but would you like to hear it?
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right. So the original script, this is some guy on Letterboxd. He wrote this fucking holy shit. It's a huge article on his
Senior.
ideas of what came from the movie. And it's actually a really interesting read. I could send you guys the whole review, but it says the original script says that Pulp Fiction is really 3 stories about one story. Rumors abound that there was a window left open in the production for a 4th tale. But for some reason, the studio head got rid of the last story. Now, to figure out who the last story was supposed to be about, you have to look at the first 3 stories in the order in which they appeared in the film. Story 1, Vincent and Mia. Vincent is given a challenge of saving Mia. He does it, but he fails to save himself, and that he only did it to save himself. The irony. One of the key moments in the story is the appearance on stage and they try to win an award. Story number 2, Butch. A struggling boxer sees an opportunity, goes for the money, thinks that'll be his salvation, but even though he has saved himself, realizes he cannot save himself unless he saves his worst enemy, who becomes his friend. And story number 3, you can see the frenzy in Jules' eyes gives way to the realization of what he is doing. But even so, he doesn't fully learn what he's doing until he sees the wolf in action, and realizes that if he does not follow the wolf's example, Monster Joe will be hiding 2 bodies. Now answer these 3 questions about each of the stories in the entertainment world. Story number 1, what kind of award is won on performance on stage? Anybody?
What is the question again? Give me that.
What kind of award is won for a performance on stage?
Like best actor? Is that what you're like in real
Or like
life?
a,
award?
you mean like a play?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like
What
a shit
award
ton-
is won?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I can
keep that
Google
in the
it.
back of
I
your
don't
mind.
know.
Yeah,
Keep that in the back of your mind. Story number 2 asks this question: what is the tale of a boxer who finds redemption and meaning by becoming in the place he didn't expect it?
I don't know too many boxing movies, but I'm Rocky,
Rocky, yeah,
or
that's easy.
like
There you go,
Warrior.
okay.
Yeah,
Rocky. Which genre of movie would have a wolf and a monster disposing of bodies?
Fantasy.
Horror?
Yes. So rumor has it, Marcellus Wallace threw Tony Rocky Horror out of a 4th-story window. That's the 4th story that was thrown out of production.
What?
Tony is the one you weren't on stage. I don't know. That was
Yeah.
just fun.
Gotcha.
Rocky Horror.
That's the 4th story.
Gotcha.
Too deep, too many levels.
Yeah. Layers on layers.
I was reading that guy's review, and like I said, it goes on forever. And then you finally get to that last part, and I'm like, all right, this was worth the read. So I
Wow.
just really like
That's
that one.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
Holy shit. I wonder if Tarantino ever like read that and was just like, what? You know?
Yeah.
You read that? It was like all part of the plan.
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
that
yeah.
good. It just like inflated his ego. He was
Finally,
there.
someone gets it.
Yeah. True film artur.
Yeah. So that was good payoff for me. Great
Nice.
review.
That was fun.
Decent.
Yeah. I mean, great movie. Great fucking
It is.
movie.
Yeah, I bumped it up. It was 4.5 on first watch, and in reality, it was probably 4 just because the confusion of my first watch through. But yeah, 5. This one, I was like, fuck. I'm with you. Like with you, Alex. I'll be watching this one over again just to pull more, and just to because I know I'll have a good time. Like,
I love showing it to new people too. Like when Labor Day weekend, I was at a bachelor party, and one of the things that the bachelor wanted to watch was Pulp Fiction and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So we started with Pulp Fiction, and it's just fun to like. There was 3 dudes there that hadn't seen it, and like laughing with everybody at certain things where I would just, I don't know, be by myself laughing. It's more fun and kind of exciting that way, and being in those moments like when Marcellus sees Butch in the car and he says, "Motherfucker," and everybody just busts up laughing,
good.
or the Gimps part where it's just like, what the fuck is happening? It's just
Yeah,
it's great to experience with new audiences. So I love
man,
it.
That'd be
I could
fun.
see that. If like this ever is in a theater like showing,
Oh
I
yeah.
would I would oh
Mm.
man, I would eat that shit up just to see it with like a crowd, and again like maybe with people who haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. It's
Oh
fun.
yeah,
It's fun.
Nice. Well, next week, I think Alex is the only one that's seen this one. Most people probably haven't seen it, so Jackie Brown should be a fun talk.
This is the only Tarantino movie I've only seen once, so
Nice.
all right.
That'd be a good,
Yeah.
good time to just watch it for you then too. It'll all come kind of
Yeah.
fresh. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's been fun talking about Pulp Fiction. You guys just want to chat about what you've been watching? You guys watching anything new?
What did I
I-
watch?
Not really.
No.
I guess I was. Well, I don't know. I don't know if any of you heard the other conversation I was having with Matt earlier. Because like I recently watched Telemarketers. It's like this 3-part
Hey,
HBO.
on
Did you watch
HBO.
it? Yeah.
I watched the first episode.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I was telling Matt earlier about how I was talking to my grandma like 2 days ago, and she was telling me about like how telemarketers call her all the time, and
Yeah.
how like this one guy like knows her by name and shit. And basically, I'm like, is he saying like he's like with the police or something? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, is he saying he's with the Fraternal Order of Police? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, Graham, that's a fucking scam, dude. And I
Yeah.
explained like the documentary and shit. And she's like, okay, I'll never give them money again. Cause like, fuck, dude.
Saved
It's
one
wild.
more.
Like,
Mm.
It's
What's
pretty
up?
crazy.
Saved
There's
one
a-
more
there-
person from
yeah.
their clutches.
There's a whole YouTube channel where a guy scam callers and he acts like an old lady. I don't know if you guys have seen any of
So,
his content,
yeah.
but like he has these guys going for like days at a time, just talking about how he like
He can't
I
find
know
his
one of the ones
checkbook
I
or some
jumped in
shit.
on.
Like,
Yeah,
he just
and
like
he
is
bought all the
constantly
toilets that they asked, and she doesn't know where to put them. And the guy's like, "What, ma'am? We didn't tell you." It's just,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, those are pretty fun.
But yeah,
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 that
I started
shows,
that one, and then I watched the first episode of the Hillsong documentary, which that one's fine. I mean, it's kind of obvious what Hillsong is, and it's just like any other mega church and televangelist, you know. So
Crazy.
Close.
Yeah, that shit'll get me
Yeah.
angry. Telemarketers got me angry,
Yeah.
honestly. So
Yeah.
it's the injustice of the fucking system, bro.
It's like, yeah,
it's crazy too, because like with Hillsong, it started off as obviously a small church, and then the guy from it started in Australia, and then he comes to America and he sees the telemarketers, and he's not telemarketers, fuck the televangelist, and he's like, "All right, guys, this is what we have to do. Basically, just
Yeah.
beg these old people for money and get rich." And yeah, it's just
Yeah.
crazy. It's so frustrating,
Yeah, it is.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, playing on the goodwill of people and the ignorance.
Yeah.
Fucking leeches, man. Fucking
Yeah.
leeches.
Shit,
No,
I don't know.
I don't watch too. I watched a lot, but it was all the pirates. I don't know why. I just binged through all the fucking pirates movies.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to
Oh.
rewatch the first three, honestly.
Oh,
I don't
man,
think
those
I've
are
seen
so
like
good.
all of the last two. Like
Oh,
the
yeah,
one
that's
that's it's only Johnny Depp. I've seen like the last half of it, but then I don't think I've seen the actual like last one. The last one has like Orlando Bloom and shit come back and
and Javier
fucking-
Bardem
yeah,
as the bad
yeah. I
guy.
don't think
Yeah.
I've
that
seen
one
that
is
one.
not good.
It's
Gotcha.
not
It's
great. No,
alright.
I did enjoy. I felt similarly with Stranger Tides. I was like, I don't know. After those first three, I was like, these two are shit.
Sex.
They're
Yeah.
It's not
so
good.
bad. But I watched Stranger
Whoa,
Tides
whoa.
again, and I was like, it's not. Yeah, it's not that bad. Like
It's not bad. It's the
It's
second
not that
best.
bad.
Fuck up.
It's the
It's
second
okay, right?
It's the
best.
second best.
Get the fuck
Second
out
best.
of here.
I
bro.
can't. I
what?
can't abide that. Nah.
First best is Dead Man's Chest. Second best, Strange Tides. Then
Already,
the
I
first one.
think I'm disagreeing.
yeah,
I mean, like,
Curse of the
I would
Black
say
Pearl.
just the first one is the best. Yeah.
No.
No. The
Dead
third
Man's
one. The
Chest
third
is
one's the
by
best. The
far.
third one is the best. Like,
Third
come on.
one's
No,
good
fuck
too.
that third
I
one.
don't know.
Third
I
one's
put them in
fucking
order,
third one is
actually, of like
fucking amazing.
1, 2, 3. Actually, I just put them in order. Like,
There you
Yeah.
go.
The
Yeah.
years get better and better.
The third
No,
one
no,
is
no.
the epic battle in the third one is all I remember, but that shit's
Oh my
fucking
God.
so dope.
So yeah,
That shit puts
amazing.
me to sleep. That movie is just
Really?
so fucking
What?
boring.
Wow.
Yes.
The fucking council of fucking Pirates, the fucking King of the Pirates and
Yeah,
shit.
that shit's
Uh,
good. Once you
I
go to
dug
Be
that.
the king of the
the
pirates, and I'm gonna get the One Piece.
once you go to the
Oh
No
shit! I
Man's
guess
Land with Johnny Depp,
Yeah,
that's when it gets a little like. That's when I could
you're
see
in the
you falling
locker and
asleep.
shit.
Yeah, because you're just like,
Yeah,
what the fuck's going on?
it's
mm,
hallucinating
eh.
and shit.
I'll turn on Dead Man's Chest or Strange Tides any day. I can admit
I
any
don't know.
day, but if I needed to watch a Disney movie, I'll watch one of those, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like I don't know. I didn't actually watch Jungle Cruise, but I heard you guys review of it, and you guys all shit all over it, and I've not heard very good things about it. But it's like I don't know. Disney just can't pull off doing shit like that anymore, or like
Yeah,
like the
kind of
first.
weird.
Well, I guess National Treasure, either of
Haunted
them.
Mansion they
I
just
mean,
made
like,
too.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up?
They just made a Haunted
I'm
Mansion
sorry.
movie that nobody saw too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, just weird. Like it just can't be done anymore for some reason. Like I don't know if it's just the fucking mega franchises, like Marvel just killed that shit, or like
Yeah,
what?
probably
I don't know.
honestly. Yeah, I mean
Think
those Pirates
audiences
movies
just
are made at a scale that's fucking it's extreme. I mean, you
the
can tell.
stunt work. Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy
and plus
production.
they made like $1 billion off the first one, so they're like, well, fuck, let's keep them going, you
Shovel
know.
it.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
which I mean, I guess with the first one, mad respect to that, taking a concept of a ride and then just kind of making it an actual like good, compelling,
They did it well.
character-driven story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean they like lightning in a bottle casting Depp as Sparrow. Like I don't think
yeah,
that would have worked in with anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
no,
Yeah, I don't know. I just had more appreciation with this watch through of them, except for that last one. That last one is pretty fucking awful. It
Yeah.
is. I was
that
like,
was rough.
I almost turned it off. I was like, I don't need to subject myself to this. But
Damn.
yeah, but no, I had a good time. Other than that, I've been watching too much. Those kind of took all my time, my screen time.
Yeah.
It reminded me because we were talking about the pirates shit, and I mentioned the One Piece. I haven't actually watched One Piece or the live action shit. I just
Oh.
saw that it exists, and
Apparently
apparently
it's good.
Netflix cracked the code for live action anime.
Oh,
Apparently people
What did
like
they
it,
do
but like
differently?
I don't know. I'm refusing to watch any fucking live action anime.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking
Yeah.
all bad. Who
I-
wants that? Like I don't know. It's
I will say,
gross
my
CGI.
my friend, his favorite show is the anime One Piece, and he bought me the box set of all the mangas for
don't do
One
it.
Piece.
Oh, well, I guess
Um,
that might not be as bad, but
Still,
it's fine. I
Look.
read through like 6 of them, and I'm just kind of like, this isn't for
why would
me.
you want to waste that much time of your life? Like you will literally
is.
Right.
waste 18 full days of your life watching that show,
That's
and
See,
it's
he's
not
watched
done.
it.
Where
He's
is
Like-
watched it multiple times.
I don't
He
know.
likes
It's
it,
just
but
it's just
he
not
said
worth
the
it to me,
show
you
is
know,
maybe
like-
one
actually
time in my
pretty
life.
loyal. So
yeah.
That's I
The
hear
new
you.
I hear,
one, the
uh,
live action.
The manga,
Yeah.
reading the manga might be better or easier than watching the show because I know the show. I mean, it's like week to week, so they have a shit ton of filler, and it's not all like canon, like straight from the manga. So like reading the manga would probably be like quicker, I would assume.
Mhm.
I don't
The
know.
I can
manga's
see it.
fine, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care for anime in general, but if I was to consume it in some way, it would definitely just be reading the mangas. Like Berserk, reading those. The One Piece I started, I don't know if I'll continue. I just don't like the characters. They're just like 9-year-old kids that are just so over the top. But I guess that's just anime, and that's what I
Yeah.
don't like about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
yeah, inflated
That's
Kids
characters.
anime.
screaming
Yeah,
and just
characters
I don't
being-
know.
Nosebleeds.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
You watch
it's-
Cowboy Bebop?
No,
Oh. Do you know what
I'd
it
watch
is?
that.
No.
Try
I'd
Full
recommend
Metal
it
Alchemist.
either.
It's actually kind of hard to get
Yeah.
into.
That
Yeah,
might be
Full
one
Metal
you
Alchemist
like.
is good. It is
But
still
it's
for
See,
kids.
It takes a minute to get into, though. I will say.
Yeah.
I tried One Punch.
World though.
I got through like 3 episodes of One Punch. I'm like, this is the same fucking thing over and over again. And everyone's like, it's so good. All my roommates
But
were
that's
just
the joke,
drooling over.
dude.
I'm like, it's like, okay, that's funny, guys, but I can watch something else that's better and not animated. And then I tried My Hero because they were also watching that. That one was fine. If
I fuck with
anything,
My Hero.
the season of My Hero that I watched, I was like, okay, that was actually entertaining. I'll never watch it by myself though, so
Hmm.
I'll never know how it ends or how it continues. But
Yeah.
that was the only anime
It
that
hasn't
I'll
ended
say was
yet.
entertaining.
Hey man, get
Yeah,
to it.
that-
I plan on
My Hero
watching
is worth it.
these
for
with
me,
my
yeah.
kids. Like whenever I have kids, I'm gonna go through My Hero, probably Naruto, maybe One Piece. We'll see. But
Eesh.
One Piece is fucking long, so
Don't
good
do it,
luck.
dude.
Fuck, it's crazy.
You
a
could
few
show your
years of that
kid
kid's
way
life.
better shit,
Yeah,
like Dragon Balls.
I mean maybe
Dragon
Dragon Ball
Ball.
Don't
too.
show him Dragon Ball. Don't show him Dragon Ball.
No, not worth it.
Mob
No.
Psycho. Mob Psycho might be a
Oh
good
yeah, Mob
like
Psycho's
I
good.
gotta get to that one still.
growing up a little bit.
I think I'm gonna
I don't
show
know.
my kids like Breaking Bad, ease them in,
Yeah,
grind
it's
going.
good.
How's that
It's
going?
good. I'm like halfway, if not a little more. I watched Schindler's List for the first time, so that was
How was
quite
that
the
experience for
experience.
you?
It was rough. It was a rough one.
Heavy, yeah.
Definitely compelling. I mean, I had a lot
Talk
of.
about Liam Neeson.
Right. I mean, that's when he was actually trying, man. That was a good
Like,
role.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he actually brought me to tears, which I didn't think would happen at the end because I kind of knew like what the
I could have
ramifications of
saved
the
one
end were.
more.
I was like
Yeah.
waiting for that moment. I was like, oh, here it comes. And then his performance actually like got me to like a point of like, woo, So
Same.
props. I had like a crisis of like, is this a 5-star movie or is this just like the most dramatic telling of the Holocaust that I've ever seen? Like so I
That's
gave
how
it
I feel
4.5.
about it personally.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I guess I'll watch it again in the future, even though I really don't want to, but just to kind of like re-examine it, maybe 10 years down the line or something. But no, it was a great movie. It's fucking brutal as shit, but for as far as like Spielberg's filmography, it really opened up his maturity level, I'd say, as a filmmaker. I mean,
Definitely.
it's definitely one of his
I can
best
see that.
movies, if not his best. I'm liking The Dive with Spielberg though, just personally. Like his movies are so different that it's like you kind of get something cool out of each one. So I wouldn't say he makes the highest quality every time. But when he hits it, it's like, damn, Spielberg, like shit, that's good shit,
Yeah.
Like, and Jurassic Park and Schindler's List in the same year, that dude was just like riding a fucking
That
level
is-
of high in that year. That's like unbelievable. That's but yeah, it's good. It's good shit. Yeah. Got through the Jurassic Parks, the Lost World. Lost World kind of sucks, honestly. But
Yeah.
even on this,
I like the
Great.
third one.
Not great.
Yeah,
Third one, like,
Third one is
has,
pretty good.
it's
yeah,
better.
has a little
It's
bit of the
definitely better.
spirit of the first one. Yeah.
It's more fun. It's like a horror movie more than just like the Lost
Yeah.
World, which is just like this widespread. You don't even really know what its goals are in that movie. I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
and,
weird.
like,
And
just
casting Vince Vaughn and Julianne Moore, it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange choice.
Now that
Why'd
we've
you do that?
pinpointed Julianne Moore as like a bad actress, I can't get over her roles now. It's
Yeah.
not good.
She just pisses you off, doesn't she?
She's just very out there.
Oh, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, TV shows, Sopranos, binging hardcore. I'm actually liking it a lot. It's a good show. It's a good show, and there are nuggets of other. If you're a Breaking Bad aficionado, I feel like you should watch The Sopranos just to like get that
Yeah, I need
basis of
to.
it. Because there's little nuggets there, especially with Tony and Christopher. It's like a Walt Jesse ish relationship.
I just don't want to go back.
It's rough. It's a lot of episodes,
Yeah.
but I'm in season 5 now, so I'm almost there.
I hear it doesn't land the plane, so I'm
It's
interested
one of
to
the
see.
worst endings of all time, so I'm curious. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well,
I haven't actually
mean-
watched it, but like I've heard like it like look, I've
really
seen
just
BoJack
cuts.
Horseman, and I laugh at the
Yeah.
joke all the time, like of fucking Todd like jumping out the window of
On the
like his
reel.
girlfriend's house, who
Yeah.
like her dad is the writer for The Sopranos, and he rips the reel, so it's like
final
my
like
reel of The
it cuts like
Sopranos.
half scene or something, like
Yeah.
at the end of
Forgot about
Sopranos, like
that.
Yeah. Apparently,
I
it just
don't know.
cuts out. We'll see if I can rationale it to a place of being good or not, but we'll see. I don't know.
Damn. Well, hey, I keep plugging it, but you should really check out The Wire next.
I might do
I'm
it
telling
next.
you.
I think
you know, it showed
it's-
up on my recommended
I'll start
actually.
another big one.
Oh
next,
shit!
so.
I have been watching Painting with John.
How is it?
How is that?
I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, like,
Oh.
look, it's kind of interesting because, like, I don't know, John Lurie as a person is kind of interesting to me. Like, I feel like he's like, I don't know, in my opinion, a similar person to me. But like, really, all he does is just paint and he tells stories,
All right.
and
That
it's
sounds
like really
boring as
short
hell.
episodes. So, like, I don't know,
Bob
just put it
Ross.
on in the
Cool.
background or something. Like,
Yeah,
I
not
don't
as
know.
cool as Anthony Bourdain, I would assume, for
Yeah.
a follow up.
Nah. He does talk about Anthony Bourdain actually in it, which is another interesting, like, I don't know, like a tidbit, because like the show came out after like Anthony Bourdain, committed suicide and shit, and he like talks about like what the Anthony Bourdain was like, I don't know, leading up to it, I guess, and he said he was like, he told him he was, I don't know, had feelings of agoraphobia like all the time, which kind of makes sense, like why you would commit suicide, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
I can't imagine like living with that, like the literal fear of like stepping out your front door. That's crazy
Yeah.
to me.
Honestly, like after, like I didn't really know what it was, and then I looked it up, and I'm like, damn, I actually might have this.
It's just
But
like,
it's kind of fucked up. And like, I don't know. I mean, like, to be honest, like, yeah.
is it not? It's just the fear of like everything. It's just like the fear of
The outside
I
is
don't know. It's like panic,
Yeah.
embarrassment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all have
Yeah.
that.
Well, if you do start The Wire next, get past those 3 episodes. All right, the first 3 episodes. I promise. Everyone
skip 'em
stops at
altogether,
episode 2.
or-
No, whoa,
Just
don't skip.
watch him.
Don't skip them.
You won't
Right?
know any
It's
of the
great.
characters. You won't know anything that's going on. But
That's the thing, is that those 3 episodes set up all the characters you need to know, and that you're gonna be hanging with for the next like 5 seasons.
yeah,
But it's
I mean,
fantastic.
I'll get through it. I mean, those are the 2 big ones in my mind. And I actually went back and I added Oz to my list of shows I want to watch. It's like HBO's pre-show of like all this shit. So I'll get the whole history of HBO eventually. But yeah. Speaking of HBO though, Winning Time, I just got to say that the show's had one of the biggest falls of quality that I've ever seen in a show
Really?
in its 2nd season. This last episode I watched was fucking terrible. It's
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago,
I was
I
like,
feel like
this show's pretty
you were
good. You
talking
guys
about
should
how
check it
much
out.
you
Like,
liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's. I mean, the last 3 episodes have just gone nowhere, and they're jumping in time at
Probably
like
just filling up a season. I would
they
assume,
have no
right?
idea what this show's about. Like there's like 10 characters and none of them have any like path, and like Magic Johnson's in it, and you don't even fucking like understand like who he is or like what he cares about. It's like he's on the phone with his girlfriend.
They don't call him Magic Johnson at this point.
No,
I don't
they
even know
show
what
you his
is
name
it. Wait, is it?
switch.
Or- I don't know.
No,
yeah.
I think it's like Isaiah. I don't know if that's right, but no,
Mr.
I think that's
AIDS.
the actor. Anyways, it's just so aimless, so fucking trash. But
Yeah.
I've also, the last thing I've been watching is Welcome to Wrexham just came back, so I can like
Oh,
nicely
is there a new
fill the
season?
void. Yeah, with that. It's starting to
Hey.
air.
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna start that up.
I'll
Yeah.
pick that up. Yeah, for sure.
It's a nice one. It was only 1 episode, but it felt good to kind of get back into that world.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
That's cool. It's like a cool docu-series that I feel like
Mhm.
you can't really find elsewhere.
yeah, it's definitely a weird, like a personal behind the scenes of like a football club, and like all the machinations of it. But I mean, I'm sure you guys know the end of this. I'm curious to see how this season specifically ends too, with like their promotion too. So it'll be cool.
Yeah.
Be a cool journey, I think.
Shit, it's like, I mean, like the highest grossing sport in the world, like crazy money. It's kind of cool to see that side, the business side.
Yeah.
And then it's just like for the players, it's just like the love of the game.
Yeah, and like
Trying to move up.
trying not to get cut, trying to fucking stay healthy. Like in the
Yeah.
first episode of the season, they're trying to like get the plans to build out the new like seating area. So it's like you get to like you get all the little aspects of it. So
See the progress. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
yeah, it's pretty good. But
I fucks with it. Y'all, I mean, y'all know I'm a soccer boy.
yeah, I want to get a Wrexham jersey, but at the same time, I don't want to be like a fanboy bandwagony. Like
No, you totally
I'm a
would be.
Wrexham fan
Yeah.
now. Like,
Like Ryan Reynolds. I
Yeah.
like Rob McElhenney.
right?
No, I like soccer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But any
We
other?
won't judge you for it if you do.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
It'd be
you
cool
will.
to have.
You
Low-key, it'd
will.
be
I mean,
cool.
out loud, we won't judge you.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
what Paul
No.
Mullen, the star player. Like the only
Yeah,
guy that
yeah.
anybody knows.
I'm picturing
Yeah.
you like wearing one next episode, and we just shit
got
all
the
over
jersey.
it. Like,
Pull the
No, we just
trigger.
don't. Yeah, we don't say shit. We're just like it's just like the silent
Yeah.
judgment. Like you're
Yeah,
saying.
then you leave and it's just us three and we just talk
Yeah.
shit about you.
So you guys saw
So
that
you saw the
jersey?
jersey, right?
Uh,
Fucking Mullen. Wow.
eh.
What a fanboy.
What a shill. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other shit you guys are watching, or is that it? Shall we
trying to
end
think.
your...
I feel like I have watched something. Have you guys seen The Equalizer 3 yet?
No, I still gotta watch the
No.
second one. I've just
Haven't seen
been...
any of those.
I've
Yeah.
had-
Yeah, I haven't
felt-
seen any of them actually.
I watched the first one a few months back, and it was fine, but it didn't instill motivation to watch the second one. I'll say
Really?
that much. Yeah.
They're
How-
fun. I mean, it's
how is
just
it
Denzel
doing?
being a badass.
Have you seen?
Right.
Have you looked at its numbers at all?
It dropped
Yeah, actually,
a good amount.
it dropped the second weekend, but the first weekend it did pretty decent numbers, I would say. I mean, it's at 65 million, and it's been out for 2 weeks, but it dropped down to 12 million last weekend. So
There's always going to be
I don't know.
a decent drop, but that one's a little bigger than normal.
I kind of assumed it would do okay, just because I mean, like, there's like basically nothing else out at the same time.
I
So,
had
I mean,
no idea
it's-
The Nun
yeah.
2 was even a movie.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that either.
Yeah.
right, and
The
that's
fuck?
doing wicked money right now. I mean, it's shooting for like close to 70.
crazy.
It looks like.
Yeah.
What?
Like, who's
Wow.
still going to see those movies? That's what I wonder.
That's the thing.
Right?
Horror movies are just such an easy like
Cash
Blumhouse. They nailed it. Just putting all their cards into
Low budget horror.
yeah,
I mean,
and then you just
Insidious,
make millions.
Insidious 5 made like a shit ton this summer, and I thought that movie
Yeah.
would like bomb. It's crazy.
Right?
There's
Yeah.
still interest.
And it was like on a $1 million budget, and then it makes 30
Yeah.
million. It's like what?
Easy.
Can't deny the model.
Easy
Yeah.
decision.
No.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
look at 30 million, you're like chump change, but Blumhouse is like, we'll take
Break,
Yeah.
break that shit.
I will
Easy.
say I was gonna go see the T Swift live performance, but my AMC
Oh, yeah.
stubs doesn't cover the fucking special events, so I don't want to pay $20 to go
Fucking
see T Swift
bullshit.
anymore.
First off, can I just ask why?
Curiosity is a big part of it. I don't hate T Swift. I wouldn't say she's my favorite artist or that I like her that
shit.
much, but like, this is a shit. I do question the level of popularity that Taylor Swift lives
It's
at.
crazy, dude. She's like got a full. She's like fueling the economy.
Yeah.
For like
This show
touring.
is insane. So that's mostly curiosity to see what this show is about and like why she is at this status level of like goddess. Because
It's so crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Because like I remember as a wee lad on CMT listening to her sing like whatever
CMT.
her country songs.
Yeah,
That
I
she
guess
Teardrops
I
wrote.
on
do
My
have to.
Guitar,
I'm
dude.
gonna interject here. Like, so, like, do you listen to country a lot?
Well, no, I used to growing up
Lives in
Oh,
Texas.
because I just
okay, good.
turned on the CMT, but now when I drive my truck, it's an older truck, so it has just a normal radio, so I listen to the normal radio. So I hear Taylor Swift a fuck ton.
Mm.
And it's either listen to the popular music station or country. But I will say I
She's
found a
on both.
country artist that's not bad. And it's Zach Bryan, and he's pretty good.
Okay.
Just check him out. If
I'll
you
leave
haven't
no
heard him.
comment.
Feel like I've heard of him.
I just know that he has recently gotten popular. I
I-
didn't know
I
if that was
just-
because it's the stadium country music that people go nuts for.
I
or
have
if
no
it's-
idea.
yeah.
I just know.
Does he sing
my
about
friend showed.
flipping his toes in lake water?
No.
Okay.
No,
Dirt roads.
his is.
Dirt roads and
I'm
cold
t-
beers.
just listen to his first album, Deanne, and it's actually like a meaningful country album about his mom who had a heart attack, and it's just like I don't know, it's pretty sad.
Okay,
Uh,
I can
but
get down with that.
Some sad boy
I
country.
like
You know,
that.
this,
I like
like
that.
what Noah said, the fucking stadium country that just a bunch of fucking basic ass white chicks
It's-
dress up
Yeah.
and wear cowboy boots and get fucking
Yeah,
hammered to go
I-
to. That
so-
is bad, and that's like
Gets my
literally
goat
the
a
only
little
music
bit.
I don't like. Like I don't know.
Right.
Same here.
So
same
that's how
here.
I feel. It's that's why when I hear Taylor Swift, and then right after Taylor Swift, it's that fucking guy is last night we let the liquor. That fucking guy,
Mm-hmm.
whoever the fuck that is, I don't know his name, but I'm sick of him.
Morgan Wallen.
Standard
He's another
country
name
guy.
that I've. Yeah.
That
yeah.
fucking Morgan Wallen bullshit. Yeah,
I don't
no,
know if
that
it's him, but yeah.
God, my blood's
No,
pumping
it
right
is.
now.
I can't stand it. And it's all I hear is Taylor Swift or fucking Morgan Wallen, and it's the
Yeah.
same three
Man,
songs
he just
over and
played
over
at like
again.
Wrigley Field too. I was like walking by when all like the shit was all over the street, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck this guy.
Fucking driving traffic crazy, man. Fucking
That's
Yeah.
why, yeah. So I swore off country music a while ago, but yes, Zach Bryan. I would check out his first album, Deanne. It's actually pretty good.
Okay. And
I'll
I
think
like
about it.
We'll see.
I kind of like older country and I guess more like folk, maybe you would call it, or like folk country,
I like bluegrass, if anything, but
bluegrass. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. I'm around for
Yeah,
that.
Old Crow Medicine Show.
Old Crow Band.
Are you just throwing out words? Or are these actual bands?
Who knows?
Yeah, you'll have to find out. Look them up.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how I got on this Zach Bryan trail here,
with T Swift.
but
That's
Oh, yeah,
that's
Taylor
now a
Swift.
Wrexham fan and a Swiftie.
Yeah, I'm just joining all the
double.
I mean,
bandwagon
I have
bandwagons.
seen like videos and just like I don't know
Just the
random
right
people who
time.
I know who've like posted pictures and videos and shit, and I mean it looks fucking crazy.
The
like
show?
Oh,
Taylor
yeah.
Swift- yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess I don't understand. Like, I tried listening to Taylor Swift's last album. Was it Folklore or some shit? That shit was the most boring album I've ever heard. Like,
Yeah.
it was
mean,
excruciating to get
It's
through.
pretty generically like pop nowadays, I'd say, for her. But
That's
that's why I don't
gosh.
really get it. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know.
I feel like seeing that theater experience would be fun though. Also, just to like sit in the back and hide, and then watch all like the people that really like T Swift be like going crazy. You know, like
Yeah.
And you're just judging them.
no, I'm just like sitting there so I don't like harsh their mellow. You know, like I don't
Oh,
want to be like
gotcha,
the one
okay.
guy that's like fucking T Swift. You know, like I don't know.
You
I
have
don't know
your
the words.
letterbox ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would I rate that? Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Fucking Taylor Swift. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Mm.
ever mentioned it. I did find out. I mean, I haven't even been to the Alamo Draft House in a while, but because I haven't even been to the theater in a while to watch anything, I should really go.
Right.
But the AMC Draft House by me has like a monthly membership, and it's basically you can watch one. It's like $30, I think, but you can watch one movie a day.
A day?
Oh,
Yeah,
That's crazy, man.
yeah.
pretty nice. And dude, like you get like food delivered to you and shit, like in the
That's
theater.
dope.
It's pretty nice.
That is,
It's
yeah.
it's pretty nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
See,
They're playing like
the
other
AM
movies that I would go see too. That'd be cool.
I was thinking about doing it, but I don't know. I haven't really even gone in
Yeah.
like a while.
I mean,
so.
if you see one movie, that pays for the monthly. I
Usually.
mean, that's how the Stubbs membership is. I mean,
Chicago,
you see
I'm
one
assuming it
movie.
is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it'd be like I don't know, probably like 2 or 3 movies would make up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know. They're about like $10, $11, I think. Ish.
That's what I do once a month when I go up north. My theater down here is an AMC, but it doesn't have IMAX. So I cash out when I go up north and I spend as much time as I can just trying to see these movies. Because I have like 3, for the week. So I'm like,
Yeah.
gotta get there.
Yeah, nothing's
So-
been compelling me, man. Like I thought I'd go see, but when the summer started, I was like, yeah, I'll go see Strays. I'll go see Blue Beetle. And then like when they came, I was just like,
Like, do I really want to do
yeah,
that? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talk to Me was like the only one that I was like considering to go
Hey.
see.
that one
Yeah.
rips.
I'll watch
That's-
that
It's
one.
on
that's the-
VOD, so it's on the high seas right now. So
Gotcha. Yeah, that was like the only of horror. That's the one I was like, this is the horror I can get down with.
Right.
it's good.
And
It's good.
Well, shall we end the stream and say goodbye? Talk next week. Some more Tarantino.
I will say, I don't know. There's a chance, probably a high chance, I might not be here next week.
What
You guys
the
are
fuck?
able to do it without me if you want. I'll still watch the movies. I don't know. Basically, my grandpa's not doing so hot. His cancer came back, so I was going to be down in Kankakee for the next week, spend some time with him. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
alright.
I mean, like
Yeah.
I could probably make the time to do it, but I don't know. I'd rather just not really have to worry about it. I guess if that's cool with you guys.
Oh man.
No worries.
But I don't know.
We can
So
talk off
either you
stream.
can do it without me, or I
Yeah.
mean, we can wait another week after next week. It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
So
talk about it, figure it out.
No. That's
Alrighty.
So
life.
you were gonna drop the men who stare at goats? Drop that bomb? and
yeah,
just
at that
leave
point,
it?
I thought about it, and I'm like, I should probably explain at this point. But
My God.
yeah, my
You
bad.
bastard.
Glad we talked him out of it. Shit.
Yeah.
Stick us with that with more Clooney. You.
Yeah, right. I don't even like. It's like I don't even watch it, but I make all you guys.
Me laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk next week.
Yeah.
More Tarantino, more movie chest.
Looking
Oh,
forward
yeah.
to it.
Yeah. We'll see you.